Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am the Big Picture Nerd, back again with another movie review for you guys. I know I might look a bit scruffy and unkempt, but next to what I've just seen, cleanliness and, brushing my hair, it really doesn't matter. I have just seen the movie Mother, starring Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem, Ed Harris, Michelle Pfeiffer. And I really need to talk about this film. This film really affected me. Really, really affected me. It starts off, basically Jennifer Lawrence, who plays Mother, and Javier Bardem plays a character named Him. Javier Bardem is like a writer, and they're fixing up a house, basically. And, everything's going all swimmingly, until they get visitors, namely Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer, and it all turns to shit. Literally all turns to shit. This movie, I wouldn't recommend to everybody. This movie is really going to upset a lot of people. I really didn't know how to take it, but after seeing it and thinking about what I've seen, it's a very clever movie and a very emotional, and it really hits you when you think about it and when you work out what it's actually about. Because if you've seen any of the trailers or any like posters or anything like that, it doesn't tell you shit about this movie. But when you actually think about it and work out what's going on and what the movie's about, it's an incredible movie. Now granted, there are some really disturbing scenes in this film, which is why I said this is not going to be for everybody. And I mean really disturbing. But my thoughts on this movie, what I think it's about. Basically, I think that Mother is actually playing Mother Earth. And then you've got Javier Bardem's character, who plays Him. And in my opinion, Javier Bardem was playing God. And everybody who kept on, visiting the house and everything like that, I think that's mankind. And the movie is basically about how mankind has been destroying Mother Earth, and how God has been, how God is disappointed in humanity and stuff like that, and how bad humanity really is to Mother Earth. And I'm not kidding you, the last, say, 45 minutes of this movie, you really find out how shitty human beings are to Mother Earth. This is going to be a spoiler review. I'm not going to hold back on this. I can't, because if I hold back on this review is not going to make any sense whatsoever. So, Mother, she becomes pregnant. Now, this is a very strong metaphor for Jesus, Son of God, God being Javier Bardem, Jesus. So yeah, she becomes pregnant, and a lot of stuff happens. A lot of stuff. First of all, she gives birth, and everything's all happy and jolly, and she's happy, and everything goes silent because the previous scenes before the birth, all hell breaks loose. And this is a very strong metaphor for how we treat Mother Earth and how we disrespect it and stuff like that. So she falls asleep with a baby in her arms. She wakes up, the baby's not there. Javier Bardem has got the baby, and he's showing it to the masses. That reminded me a bit like Lion King, like Mufasa, and showing off Simba. Basically, it was a lot like that, but it's God showing off his son Jesus, and he gives it to the people. He literally gives the baby to the people. And this is where you see how bad we are, or how we are depicted in this movie to other people. They literally and I'm not kidding you. This scene hurt. It really, really hurt. They literally raise this baby, and they, first of all, you think, you know, they're praising him and blah 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 blah, but no, that's not what happens at all. They break this baby's neck. The baby dies, and Jennifer Lawrence realizes what happens. She pushes her way through the crowd, and she gets to an altar. She looks down on the altar, and she sees the baby's mangled body, all bloodied, on an altar. She turns around, and I'm just getting upset just talking about this. She turns around, and people are eating the body of that baby. Now, I know this is like a metaphor for, like, you know, the body of Christ, and, you know, but to actually see this on film is probably one of the most disturbing things I have ever seen in any medium. I mean, I thought the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones was disturbing. No, that's pretty much like a Disney cartoon compared to this. So in seeing what's happening, she goes nuts. She absolutely goes nuts. She starts killing people left, right, and center. And then I thought that was going to be it. No, that's not it at all. She gets pushed to the ground, and she literally gets the shit kicked out of her. Again, Mother Nature being shat on by human race, and I mean literally beat the shit out of. You can see them literally punching her, kicking her, ripping her clothes off, and really disrespecting Mother Earth. So she's had enough. She has literally had enough. She goes down into the basement, she grabs a lighter, she goes down into the basement, she kicks a barrel of oil over, and she says, you know what? Fuck it. You guys can't respect this place. You don't deserve to live. And she literally blows the entire place up. She blows the entire place up. And that's where I thought the movie was going to end. But no, it keeps going. And this is where the movie really, really gets me. Then the very next scene is you see Javier Bardem carrying Jennifer Lawrence's body. And Jennifer Lawrence asks, "Who are you?" He literally says, "I am the creator." At that moment, I knew for a fact the entire movie is basically the Bible. It's literally Adam and Eve is portrayed by Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer. Javier Bardem is God, and Jennifer Lawrence is playing Mother Earth. That is what I think is happening. And then at the very end, then she literally says, you know, I have given you everything, but that's not enough. And then he says, of course it's not enough. If it was enough, I wouldn't need to create. And that line was awesome. Absolutely awesome. So what's he do? He literally puts his hands in her chest, grabs her heart out, and she dies and, you know, turns to ash. But he's got her heart there. He rips it open, and there's a crystal. Now, in the beginning of this movie, that is the very first shot of him putting a crystal on this, like, display. And you know, it's the end of the movie as well. So the entire movie is on a loop. He literally takes this crystal, puts it on display, and the house rebuilds itself. And then you cut to the bedroom, and there's a woman there. You can't see who it is yet, but you expect it's going to be Jennifer Lawrence again. No, it's a completely different actress in Jennifer Lawrence's clothes, and she says, "Baby," and that's it. That is it. That is the movie. This movie is incredible. I when I was watching this movie, I went through all the emotions. I went through anger, I went through disgust, then I went through wonder, then I went through sadness, and it just. This is a movie that doesn't come around very often. It took me a while to watch it because I didn't think it was going to be something I was interested in. But now I have seen it. Man, it's an experience. This movie is going to stay with me. Sorry. This movie is going to stay with me for a very long time. And it's going to divide fans of movies right down the center. Like I said at the beginning of my review, a lot of people are going to hate this movie, and a lot of people are going to love this movie. It all depends what kind of side of the spectrum you land on. But yeah, that was my review for Mother. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Have you seen Mother? What do you think about it? Did you enjoy the movie? Did you hate the movie? Do you think the metaphors that I described in this review are correct, or it could be something completely different? Let me know in the comments below, guys, and yes, I will see you next time for another movie review. But until then, guys, good guy, my geeky friends, goodbye.